Hey everyone, this is Rosemarie from the Unfinished Lesson, and today we're going to do the first part in a two-part series of making a curriculum plan. Today is all about the 4 steps to knowing what to teach. So first of all, a lot of us when we start, we use method books. And there's a good reason for that. It's comfortable and it's also an easy way to have a ready-made curriculum plan. And I think a lot of us need that when we first start out, don't we? But like many things in life, too much of a good thing quickly becomes limiting. But there are advantages to using method books. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. We just need to use it effectively and efficiently. What I mean by this is that these method books typically have done a lot of research in terms of what concepts students need to learn and practice and at what pace they need it. So there are some disadvantages to using method books, specifically when we choose to use one method book for every student in our studio to the exclusion of any other resources. So method books have to make certain assumptions in order to have a cohesive program. And when you use only one method book series, you're making these assumptions especially. So you're assuming that every student will learn concepts in exactly the same order, that they will need the same amount of repertoire to master the concepts, and that they will respond exactly the same way to the layout and the repertoire. As an effective teacher, you are a chameleon. To be effective, you need to know what tool to use to get the job done. And that means having a great toolbox. So here's your 4-step plan to creating a curriculum plan that uses those method books you love, but goes beyond them as well. Step 1, create a general plan for each level. Look at what is covered in your favorite method books, and also write down what your students typically struggle with at each level. You may be surprised to see that there's a lot of correlation between those, but you may have some surprises too. Number 2, determine appropriate resources. So which current resources, and this includes books, games, or apps, that have repertoire or activities that cover the concepts that your students may be struggling with. Again, we want to make sure that we're using what we already have rather than just buying new. But think just beyond songs or technique. 3, set a budget for additional resources. There's no reason to not continue using your preferred method books, but they will not meet the needs of every student in your studio, which means you need a budget. So instead of going out and purchasing a whole bunch of books or activities, it's better to start with small changes than have a lot of books collecting dust on your bookshelf. And let's face it, we've all been there. We've looked at the bookshelf and gone, when did I buy this again? Number 4, time to research new resources. Write out the songs that are hands down your students' favorites. Not your favorites, but your students' favorites. This is going to be your guide so that you buy things that your students are going to absolutely love. Then before purchasing anything, go onto YouTube. There is multiple playlists for almost every single major method book and even some of the ones that aren't method books. Use those playlists to determine whether the songs within a book included are going to be a fit for any of the students in your studio. If they are, go ahead and purchase it. And if not, well, you saved yourself a little money, right? For more ideas, make sure you visit www.theunfinishedlesson.com. And by the way, there is a method book cheat sheet that is going to be included in the article in the video description below. See you there.